is what? Gilgal. And the Lord took David to Gilgal, and there he was made a king. If you have been to Gilgal, the very, very next city is Bethel, according to 2 Kings chapter 2. Praise the Lord. I want you to know that prayer will require some understanding of how things happen. And that understanding will deliver to us the body, the right body to pray. We read about 2 days, yes or no? The first day was in verse what? 6. The second day was in verse 13. You can't see any other day between them. There are 2 days in the life of every problem. How many days? 2 days. Let us examine. Let's X-ray these 2 days. The first passage, the first verse, the first day. The Bible said, and there was a day when the sons of God. Somebody say sons of God. Sons of God. Who are these sons of God? Those who are using a knife. Who are these sons of God? Angels. Okay. Those who are using New Living Translation. Anybody? This church is a church of King James Version. So I need to talk to you people in King James Version. Heavenly beings. Which version is that? Okay. Any other version? Any other?
New Living.
Yes, sir.
One day, the members of the heavenly court
members of the heavenly court
came to the present
themselves.
themselves.
From these different translations, you begin to have an idea that when King James Version said the sons of God, he is not referring to Christians or to human beings. The Bible was talking about spirit beings, angels, members of the heavenly court, or what it beings, heavenly beings. Meeting of the first day was a meeting that was taking place in the spiritual. That meeting was not a physical meeting. Everybody that attended that meeting was a spiritual being. There is no ordinary human being in that. No ordinary human being attended that meeting. And that's why the Bible was so careful. The venue of this meeting was not declared. The Bible simply said, in the presence of God. These 7-day Jehovah Witnesses visited me in a new place where I was posted when I was teaching, when I was a teacher, a secondary school teacher. And they came to minister to me and they began to tell me that I shouldn't bother about heaven, that I wasn't going to go. I was highly, highly depressed. I told them and I said, I'm not sure this thing is good news. So I'm not going to it. He said I shouldn't bother. I said, then where am I going? He said, it's on the gate here. This gate that is like this. If this is God's plan for me, is it not wicked? He said, no, that is not wicked. I said, look at the house everywhere. You know, and we were even in Imo State, not even in a place like Lagos or Abuja. The man said I shouldn't bother that when the time comes that I should look around and select a beautiful house. Then he got to the point, I just pretended all through. He got to the point of going to heaven. He said, there were only 144,000. I asked him whether he was going. He said, lie that. So I said, well, where can we find this thing in the Bible? He didn't know I was dragging him to where I knew. He went to Revelation. And he said, 12,000 from the tribe of. I said, look at the 12,000, where they are coming from, this tribe. Because he said one of the brothers that will go to heaven was living at Lagos. I said, that brother, which tribe does he belong to? Because this thing is saying 12,000 from this tribe. I said, this thing you are telling me doesn't sound convincing. And you know, he finished. And we added it, it was 144,000. I told him, I said, I'm going to begin to steal immediately you leave my house. I'll begin to fornicate. I was thinking that I would go to heaven. It was the person who was begging me that I shouldn't do that. I said, this news you are giving me now is not a good news. I said, please, can you read further? Let's see whether there is any provision. He said, and after this, I behold and lo, a multitude which no man could walk. Number. I said, that's it. I mean, that number. He said, no, that this multitude will be on the edge. And read further. Standing before the throne of God. Jesus. Then I asked him a question. I was dragging him to somewhere. You know, it's not easy to minister to those people. I said, where is the throne of God? He said, the throne of God. I said, yes. He said, the throne of God, the throne of God. And that the throne of God, in short, that he doesn't know, he will bring somebody who is an expert in what I say. By tomorrow, 3 of them, we go to this point. I asked the expert, where is the throne of God? The man said, throne of God. Throne of God is from heaven like this fear to the age. I was looking at him and looking at that my brother. That my brother stood up and said, look, brother, this thing you said now is not true. It was a funny story, but led to the conversion of a family of 12. Family of 12. The Lord gave me wisdom. Praise the Lord. So when the Bible says the presence of God, it's not a description at all. But if you look at the second day, and there was another day when Job's sons and daughters were eating bread and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. In the spiritual or physical? It's in the physical. Does they have a venue? Yes. If Job is from your village Immediately you read this thing, your mind will go to the eldest brother's palace straight away. Yes or no?
Very true.
And you know, all the people that attended this one now were human beings, no spirit attended. Are you following me to this point? What is the relationship between the first day and the second day? This is where lies prayer. The first day, the relationship between the 2 days is that everything that was agreed upon in the spiritual began to manifest in the second day in the physical. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The degree was made in the spiritual. While what happened in the spiritual was just a rehearsal, the real drama started in day 2, in verse 13, which is in the physical. It establishes that spiritual law, that the spiritual controls what is in the physical. Let me tell you this. We are not going to stay too long today. I'm coming up again by 2:30 to wrap up what we have been saying. And I promise you, this one will not be long. That one will also not be long. But get this fact that I don't want to go to all the theologies of God agreeing with the devil. I don't want to go to those places. All the spirits gathered as we are gathering here. That's the story. And the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, maybe